Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us today. The president of University Circle Incorporated, Chris Ronayne, is here to talk about UCI's Early Learning Initiative and PNC's involvement with that program. And later on, we'll hear from Dr. Heather Burton of East Mount Zion Baptist Church. She'll discuss the annual Christian Women of Distinction program. And later in the broadcast after that, Andrea DiBiasio and Judy Sperano of Edna House will talk about the programs and services provided by that organization. Good morning, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. We call ourselves Kaleidoscope. That's the name of the broadcast. And so we beginning with a good friend and a good citizen of Cleveland, Chris Ronayne, president of the University Circle Incorporated.
Good to see you this morning, Leon.
Good to see you too, Chris. Things are going well at University Circle?
Couldn't be better. You know, I always appreciate the opportunity to come talk about what's going on there. You've been such a big supporter, as has this news station. We are growing, and we are growing as a lifelong learning center, and that's what we wanted to talk to you about today. You know, we've been educating kids for over 40 years in University Circle from our neighborhoods, and we just keep a good thing growing thanks to a partnership with PNC and their Grow Up Great program. We are starting at the earliest of early learners all the way through senior distance learners to try to make this gem in America, University Circle, known to everybody as a learning center.
Tell me about the Early Learning Initiative. Sure. What is it?
Well, you know, everybody knows in this community that the foundation for life really begins at the earliest of learning opportunities for kids. You really cast the die. I have a 5- and a 3-year-old, and I experience it firsthand. You have as well in your life, that you got to get kids acclimated to learning early. The Early Learning Initiative is an experiential learning program that uses the museums and cultural institutions of University Circle as a learning lab for the kids. It's a place for them to actually go to the Circle and take on arts and culture firsthand. You know, to really get, I'm going like this, to touch and feel what it's all about, and really see, you know, the Museum of Natural History Museum up close, or the Botanical Garden up close. But it's also a way to stimulate their brains into how to actually begin to learn as an experienced learner, which is how most of our learning works. So we're in 25 different schools around the region. We're in 55 different classrooms. They're in preschool and daycare centers in the Cleveland neighborhoods, and also in our suburban communities beyond, and also out in Lorain County.
And you're working with PNC. They've got a program called Grow Up Great program. It's all kind of hand in glove, linked together, right?
When PNC entered the Cleveland market after National City, they never missed a beat in investing in this community. And with the PNC's Grow Up Great program, they've invested millions into the Early Learners program here in Cuyahoga County in the Northeast Ohio region. Over 30,000 learners, touching 1,000 teachers. We ourselves, because of that program, help get to 100 different teachers. And we're all about the same thing, getting kids to understand how to learn early on by experiential learning. It's been demonstrated to increase their vocabulary. You know, you want to have kids at the pre-kindergarten level ready for kindergarten. So this is all about preparedness. But in University Circle, we have, as you know, a real gem and a real collection of institutions that can really bring learning to life. You know, when a kid's standing in front of a large dinosaur and looking at it, their mind is going in a million directions. So the ELI program, sponsored by PNC,
Early Learning Initiative.
Right, the Early Learning Initiative helps us get out to schools with preparatory program for their teachers, and then we bring the kids to the museums and cultural institutions, and we go back in the schools and talk about what they learned.
How big an area are we talking about?
You know, we're talking, when we go like this, there's the immediate neighborhoods in and around University Circle. We started 40 years ago with learning programs in Huff and Glenville and Fairfax, neighborhoods that really needed to connect to University Circle. You and I were talking offline how you yourself did that as a kid. But we're in the immediate neighborhoods, and now we're in the first suburban communities in East Cleveland, Maple Heights. We've moved into our more distant Cuyahoga County neighborhoods like North Olmsted, and now we're out a little bit further west of that in Elyria.
Do folks have to do anything to come into this program, or are you going to them?
We want to get more teachers involved, and of course we're going to keep raising more resources to get teachers involved. And when I say teachers, these are the teachers teaching preschool and in the daycare centers. But in the current program, we go to them. We take a van on the road, we get to the classrooms, and we go into the classrooms, and then we bus the kids to the Circle, and then we go right back out. And we bring learning kits from the museums. So again, we're connected to about 25 schools ourselves right now. We want to do more, but the teachers that are working with us really have seen the benefit for their children.
But if a teacher calls you and says, can I get into this program, you can at least give them information. information.
Exactly. We'll start a conversation.
I got
about
a million
how we
teachers
I
out
know.
there saying,
I know we're going to get calls.
Chris, I want to get involved in this.
You see a picture of our van there. We are out with our mobile learning kits. You know, this is a way to bring the circle to the schools. And then again, we do reciprocate and bring the kids back to the museums. I also want to say to everybody out there in the Newsnet 5 visitorship, we are a lifelong learning center for everybody. So, you know, beyond this program, come visit us. On any given Saturday, you're at the Cleveland Museum of Art for free. Again, PNC's in 3 different museums and cultural institutions with their Grow Up Great program. But you don't have to wait for that. Just come out and see us in the dozen arts and cultural institutions that make up this spectacular learning center.
And one of the things, and what you do at University Circle Incorporated is you kind of represent all of University Circle as a unit and talk about the culture of this entire place on the east side of Cleveland.
Exactly, and I am so lucky to work here, but I have to say this was Cleveland's greatest civic idea. When our town forefathers and mothers years and years ago brought together an idea to bring a spectacular arts collection together in 1 square mile. They brought the education institutions and the medical institutions. In the end, this was really, I think, Cleveland's greatest civic idea to bring University Circle to fruition. Today, it's a lifelong learning center for all generations. We just happen to be talking about the very important starting point at early learning
And
today.
for people who may not know exactly where University Circle is, if you're at the corner of East 105th and Euclid, all you got to do is just look. You will see museums all over the place. It is my favorite part of this entire Northeast Ohio.
Well, thank you.
Circle.
Thank you for that endorsement. I know you grew up around it, and it is, you know, coming a century later right back into the fold. The old trolleys that used to come from Public Square to University Circle is now the Health Line. It's an easy way to get here. We've got 2 new Red Line stations, plenty of places to park if you look on our University Circle website. Bottom line is, it is a place like no other. A lot of people know UCI for the brick and mortar, the development, lots of new housing, hotels, retailers. They don't know us for the education program, which at the core is the most important thing that we do.
The educational thing, you got the hospitals there, Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals and Case Western Reserve University and a whole bunch of others.
And I can't thank the corporate partnerships again. This station, you were with us all summer long at Wait Over Wednesday. Then PNC came out, who sponsors Wait Over Wednesday. They gave us the van and the $65,000 for this program. It means so much to us, the corporate partnerships. But if PNC didn't do Grow Up Great and we didn't do Eli, we wouldn't have kids starting their early learning trajectory. And now they're learning in University Circle, and it's going to happen throughout life.
Good to see you.
Come back and see us. Thank you.
Chris Ronayne, he loves University Circle.
You do too, and I appreciate it, partner.
We're going to take a break. There's a phone number at the bottom of the screen. Give a phone call and you get more information on what we're talking about. Coming up next, honoring Christian women of distinction after this. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. East Mount Zion Baptist Church honors Christian women of distinction on Saturday, November the 2nd. Dr. Heather Burton is a 2012 honoree. She's here to talk about the significance of this honor and about this year's East Mount Zion Baptist Church event. Good to have you with us, Dr. Heather Burton.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about the Christian Women of Distinction program at your church, East Mount Zion Baptist.
This is actually the 3rd year for the Christian Women of Distinction. It's an annual program that was implemented by the president of our Mission Society, Sister Brenda Bowie. She had a vision to honor those women that were active not only in the church but also in their community. So every November, the first Saturday in November, there's a dinner, a banquet held to celebrate these women. So typically anywhere from 10 to 15 women are celebrated for their accomplishments.
And you're going to have a big event on Saturday, November the 2nd, which you're going to have right there at the church, at the A. Charles Bowie Education Building of East Mount Zion, which, if memory serves me correct, is at Euclid Avenue and East 99th?
East 99th, 100. It's 9990 Euclid Avenue.
Right there at East 99th or East 100th Street, right on that entire block, right next door to Cleveland Clinic.
Right next door to Cleveland Clinic.
You're right there at East Mount
right
Zion
in the
Baptist Church. Yeah. What's your criteria for selection of these women?
They actually look at women. They have to be members of East Mount Zion, and then they also have to be active in the church as well as active in the community and display a level of Christianity and support for church activities, church membership, and then doing community work as well.
You received the honor in 2012.
Yes.
So you know, you remember the church and obviously have done wonderful things. What's been the significance of that honor for you?
The significance, I guess I would say, it was a real humbling experience to have church women, because the church women, they nominate you for the honor. So to have someone to think that, you know, the work that you do is capable of being recognized.
Yeah.
And so that's always an honor, to know that your work is not in vain, and that, you know, you're doing things, because typically when you're working in the church and you're working as a Christian woman, you're not thinking about the accolades or the awards that come from it.
You're doing it from the heart.
You're doing it from the heart, and you're doing it for your relationship with Christ. So to be able to have someone appreciate it is a big deal.
Oh, that's wonderful. It is a big deal. How many women are you honoring?
This year, I think there are 13. 13 women. Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be a big do, and do they know that they're being? Have they been informed that they're being honored yet?
Yes. One of the things we go through is like a process. So you're notified probably early August about the fact that you have been nominated to be recognized as a Christian woman. And then we have meetings where you also get pampered. So one of the things that they put in place is pampering the women. So the women are honored. There's a person that comes in that does makeup for us, and they also do it at one of the initial meetings as well. And then there's a hairstylist that takes care of all the hair for the women, and then they provide limousine transportation for the day of.
Oh, this is red carpet treatment.
It is. So it's a great event. And this year it's interesting because as I look at the women that are being honored, a lot of the women that are being honored this year were impactful in my life.
Yeah.
Like one of the ladies was my 5th grade English teacher, who's being honored, and then my babysitter is being honored.
So everybody, people in your life. Yeah.
So
tell me now. This is going to be open to the public, of course.
Yes.
Because it's in East Mount Zion Baptist Church.
Yes.
The doors of the church
are always
as
open.
the ministers say. The doors of the church are always open. So this is open to anybody. Is there a cost to get in?
Yes.
Or you're asking for a donation?
It's $40 to reserve a ticket. The cost of the event is $40, and you can actually reserve a ticket at the church. You can call at 216-231-0408. And then we also have our website that you can look at. But I think the reservation for the tickets have to all be through the church, or either a member of the church or one of the women that are being recognized.
We've got eastmountzionbaptistchurch.org. Our control room has made sure, and our producer has made sure that that's on the screen. Our wonderful producer, Maureen Bailey Freighter, who is right there in the control room, making sure that we get all of this on the air. And 216-231-0408, phone number. That's the number they can call to get more information.
That's the direct number to the church.
Yeah, this is really a wonderful, wonderful tribute for, and this is the role of the church. Is to, of course, worship God,
right,
and all of that, but also to do the Lord's work. And that's what you and the others who've been involved have been doing, the Lord's work, and you're getting a little bit of an honor for what you do inside and outside the church as well, huh?
Yes.
It's made a significant impact on your life, hasn't it?
It has. It has. With the honor, you know, I've been able to do a lot of other things through the church, and continue. I mean, you know, when you're being honored, you're already in this kind of leadership position, but it's nice to have other doors open in which people have recognized you from being honored at the celebration.
Once again, it's going to be at East Mount Zion Baptist Church, which is on Euclid Avenue at East 99th or East 100th Street. It's got the entire block right next door to Cleveland Clinic. You can make a phone call to 231-0408 in the 216 area code. The number's on the screen. Saturday, November the 2nd. That's the date. And what time do you start?
The event starts at 6 p.m., but the doors open at 5:45.
We'll have a good time.
Yes, thank you.
Praising God and doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Which is really the same thing.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Dr. Heather Burton. She's part of Christian Women of Distinction at East Mount Zion Baptist Church. Going to take a break. In a moment, we're going to talk to a group of women who are helping women who are addicted to alcohol. Theirs is quite a story. I'll be back in just a moment. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Edna House provides a residential treatment program that assists women through the recovery process. Executive Director Andrea DiBiasio and Program Director Judy Sparano are here to talk about the history of the organization and the services available to women who are recovering from alcohol addiction. Good to have you with us, Andrea DiBiasio, seated on the right, and Judy Sparano, seated on the left, both with Edna House. Let's begin with you, Andrea. You're the Executive Director. What's the overall mission of Edna House?
Well, we'd like to say that we provide structure. It's a structured, sober living facility where women come in. Minimum stay is 6 months, and we basically try, through repetition, love and care, to help them learn how to live sober. We immediately immerse them in the recovery community, which is huge here in Cleveland, and you know, that's the mission, is to just help women to achieve sobriety.
Judy, you know, you're program director over there. You know, you're making an impact on the lives of these people. You actually see the women turn
day to day, nose to nose,
turn their lives around.
Yes, it's an amazing thing, and that's the main focus of the Edna House, is to create that environment where the miracles can occur, and we're blessed to be able to witness that every day.
You've got a fundraiser which is coming up, and I know you want to plug. Tell me a little bit about the fundraiser.
Well, it's our annual night at the races. It's a great event. We have a lot of fun. Not only is there horse racing, but we also have the 50-50s. We give away some great prizes. And it's just a great opportunity for all of us to come together to help support the mission of the Edna House.
And this allows you to have some money to continue doing what you do, right, Judy?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's give that a good plug. That the night of the races, my information tells me Saturday, October the 12th.
Correct.
At 6 o'clock in the evening at the UAW Hall at 5615 Chevrolet Boulevard in Parma.
That is correct.
It's right next to the big GM plant.
Yes.
So right in that neighborhood. This is important to you, Judy, because both of you were telling me, are alums of this program. You have gone through the alcohol addiction at Edna House.
Absolutely.
And it turned your life around.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
8 years ago, Andrea and I actually went through the program together. We've been on this journey from day one. And both of us had struggled for years and years before we finally found something that worked. And the Edna House is what actually plugged us into the rest of the community, and rather than enabling us to get sober, they taught us how to live sober. And that's the major difference. And now we're able to come and give back.
Andrea, how many women do you have there now?
Well, we're at capacity of 40 women, and we've been there for some time. And we also have anywhere from 15 to 20 women on a waiting list. Do
they live there?
They do. It is residential. There's 3 phases. The first phase, they go to groups throughout the day. It's very structured. They go to a 12-step meeting at night. After they've been there about 90 days, they're allowed to look for work, and we just kind of help them through that transition as well. And the majority of them stay 8 to 10 months would be the average.
I know Edna House is located at West 65th and Madison on the Cleveland west side.
It is.
And you're at capacity right now.
We are.
Yeah. Do women call you, and what do you do when they call you and you are filled to capacity?
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's heartbreaking. And right now, all of our fundraisers have had to do with an expansion. We're looking to obtain, whether it's a donation, I don't know, God always knows, another building so that we can meet the needs of the community. That's what's important to us.
So people can send a check to you?
They can,
to Edna
anytime.
House. I mean,
yes.
So because we're expanding, we're trying to open up the doors to do the Lord's work to help more women out there who are addicted to alcohol. So if they send a check to Edna House, why don't you give us an address, and they can just address the check to Edna House, correct?
That is correct. We're located at 2007 West 65th Street in Cleveland, Ohio, 44102. And we welcome everybody's help. We're an organization that likes people to get involved as well. So if they want to help in some other way, they can certainly go to our website, which is www.ednahouse.org, and there's many ways to help.
Yeah, and we've got that on the screen, Edna House, EDNA, ednahouse.org. There's a phone number I'm going to give you, 216-281-7751. You see that at the bottom of the screen, 281-7751 in the 216 area code. In our final minute, what's your vision vision. Judy Sperano, what's your vision for the future of Edna House? Where should we go now? Where should we take this?
Well, our success rate with what we've been doing so far is phenomenal. So we're working not only to deepen and enrich the program that we provide, but also to expand our ability to provide that to more people. We've been working on the program itself for nearly 10 years. It'll be 10 years we've been in existence next year. And our goal is to just expand what we've been doing and continually improve on it.
And it changed your life some years back, eight years ago?
Yeah, 8 years ago.
You
yes.
both, did you
Yes,
meet?
We did.
We did. She
We met
carried my
there.
bags in, actually.
I did.
You met there and you've been friends ever since, and now you're running as program director over here and executive director of Edna House.
That's correct.
Well, thank you for what you do, and wonderful. We'll see if we can raise some
Thank
money
you. It's
for
been a
Edna House.
pleasure.
And just hang in there.
God bless you. Thank
Stay
you.
strong.
Yes.
Stay
Will
strong.
do.
Amen. Thanks.
Once again, their big event is going to be Saturday, October the 12th, 6 o'clock at the UAW Hall at 5615 Chevrolet Boulevard in Parma. Tickets are available.
They are. They can call
Absolutely.
the office or they can go online.
Call the office, go online, and help Edna House and help women as well. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Taking a break right now, Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League will be with our Morning Exchange segment after this. When you see that graphic that says Morning Exchange, that means Marsha Maccabee of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland is here. Hey, Marsha.
Hey, Leon, how are you?
I'm fine, and you're doing well?
I am doing well, and I just want to share today with our community something that I don't often get a chance to do, and that is just to really give kudos to the wonderful staff of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. I'll tell you, the folks over there at 2930 Prospect are just doing a bang-up job.
They just do wonderful work over there. They make you look good and everybody else.
They do. And you know what's so interesting, Leon? They just have such a heart for serving the community. It's one thing to just do a good job and be professional, you know, do your job well, but when you really just have a heart to go beyond what is expected, to really serve your community, that just means a lot. And we just had a graduation of our SOAR program of 14 individuals, and when they stood up and talked about how their lives had been changed in 3 weeks because of the intervention of those people that worked with them, I'll tell you, we were passing Kleenex the whole time. There wasn't a dry eye in the place.
Well, I think you and the entire staff have really turned the Urban League of Greater Cleveland around in the last few years or so. I mean,
Yes.
done a remarkable job of turning that organization around and making it sustainable and strong and looking into the future.
Thank you, and certainly couldn't have done it without them, and we still have a ways to go, but I'll tell you, I'm just excited and encouraged by the progress.
Everybody's got their shoulder to the wheel.
Everybody's got their shoulder to the wheel, and they're pushing with all their might.
And they've got the ear to the ground and their
Ear to the
nose on the
ground.
grindstone and all those
That's
old
right,
cliches.
and our fingers on the pulse.
But they still work.
Absolutely.
That's going to do it. The Urban League is here for you. I'm Leon Bibb. Take care, everybody, and be well.
Bye.
Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.